feel terrible. Well, not as bad now, starting to feel it a bit better, but yeah, as some of you know, I've had sickness and diarrhea, and it was like a one-shot complete purge of the body. It was a 5 a.m. wake up to feeling sick and run to the toilet, and then went again later, about 10 o'clock I think, and yeah, it was both ends at once, sitting on the toilet with a ball basically. But yeah, so dinner today I think is going to be something a bit lighter. I ate light last night, which has stayed down fortunately. I had a fried egg sandwich, but I fried the egg solid and very lightly, you know, with as little fat as possible, and lightly buttered bread, and it's been okay, but that's all I've had. I've had nothing else to eat in the last, well, I had nothing yesterday at all other than that. That was like late on, about 7-8 o'clock I had that. Other than that, it's just been a small amount of drinks. Felt okayish this morning, feeling a bit rougher now, so not going to push our luck, going to keep tea light, so the joint will probably end up going in the freezer, to be honest. I had a joint of beef, but I've got to go into town and get a few bits anyway, as normal. Well, I've survived this far into the day, guys. So yeah, I'm just feeling rough and ropey. It's getting worse. Where are we? Let's have the heat down a little bit. Not that I've got it up that high anyway. So anyway, I'm off to go and get the son now. He's coming back. I think he's just wanting to get some washing done or something or other. So, God, just feel yak. So anyway, yeah, that footage earlier, that was another one of those Thursdays where I had an hour to basically kick back a bit and have some alone time more than anything else. It's nice just to get that bit of, you know, me. It's not something that I get a lot of these days. So yeah, it's when you get it, when it's like something like that where you can get down a seafront or something like that, and it was quite sort of windy, so you know, you get the cobwebs blown away and a nice sort of fresh breeze on you, and that nice scenery. It's always good. Yeah, it's alright, mate. You just have a nice, just slow saunter across the road there. God almighty, some people. You know, when a mature adult male's doing that, and then that same mature adult male in his car would be doing that same complaint when teenagers just wander across the road in front of him. So yeah. So anyway, this last week we've also had I think that was Thursday. Yeah, that was Thursday as well, wasn't it? My granddaughter's birthday. She just turned 13. So we had like we usually have a tea at our house, because it's mainly because it's actually
difficult for the wife these days to sort of go around people's houses and stuff like that. It's awkward getting in the house, and it's painful for her, so we usually just do it at our house, and it's much easier. You know, you just put a light spread on and some sandwiches and stuff like that. So that all went down okay anyway. It was we had a phone. I had a screen replaced on it, so that and we sorted it out so that she got an iPhone 7, a used iPhone 7 for her birthday present.
I think I'm having the vegetable soup, and the wife's going to have the tomato soup. She's having a sandwich, I just think I'm just going to have some dry toast with it. So that's tea sorted anyway. And then I'll see how I feel up to it afterwards. Maybe have a piece of fruit or something like that. I don't know. I'm not even sure I'll manage that, because of course even that can go through you a bit, can't it? And you have got your tea. Yeah, that's what happens, you see. I'm trying one of those beeping things on her throat because her barking is just getting ridiculous. So it beeps 3 times, and then it doesn't shock her or anything. It's not a cruel one. It vibrates. It's got like these 2 little rubber things that just sit up against the skin, and it vibrates. It seems to be helping. I mean, she hasn't done it for a full day yet, but it does seem to have sort of like made her stop quicker, I suppose. Anyway, I'm going to go and warm up my soup, guys. Still feeling absolutely rough at the minute. Tea stayed down all right at the minute so far, but guts are still feeling a bit just all jellified, and you know what it's like, you know, and you get a bit of the shakes and stuff like that. Oh dear. So we've got that storm coming, haven't we? Hurricane, whatever it is, begins with an O, I think. Can't remember. It's supposed to hit Ireland and Isle of Man. Is it 2 a.m. tomorrow morning, I think? And then by near midnight it hits, makes landfall on Scotland and what have you, I'm not sure. I think, I don't know, they said at first it was just going to be like Ireland, Wales, Scotland and northern England, so, you know, like Durham, Newcastle area. But when you look at the maps, it looks like the outer edges of it are coming across Yorkshire and what have you. So, Mr. Cooper, I do hope you've got that trampoline well and truly fastened down, and your fort, mate. Because it looks like it's going to be quite a bad one. So, because they've been tracking it apparently, haven't they, across the Atlantic and that. And it normally what happens is they normally get slowed down by other weather fronts. And this time they seem to have just made it worse. So it does look like we're in for a bad one. I know I've got a couple of patches that are a bit ropey on my fence, so I'm just hoping to stand up to it. I haven't been up to going out and seeing what I can do with it. I mean, I've got no posts at the minute anyway. I used the last of my posts up on Friday. I went across to my mother's house. She's been wanting this some stuff putting on top of a fence to cover the neighbour's garage cum shed. It's a garage, but he doesn't bring his car right up to it anymore, just uses it as a shed. And it's just basically it's just a brick wall, sort of like 2 foot from the fence facing her sort of thing. So I've put 3 posts up and then put these bits of trellis across. And it looks better already just for that. And what's going to happen is next year there's going to be a border dug, and she's going to put some climbers in there of some kind. Once she's sort of, you know, I mean, she was on about a particular one. I said just make sure it's a hardy one, because the trouble is where she is, the wind absolutely tears down there, and I mean it really does howl. It's just the way it's built and everything. It's in between two bungalows, and I remember when she first moved in there, and I was taking some stuff in with my brother, and we were really struggling. I mean, it wasn't even it wasn't a gale or anything like that, but it was quite a windy day. But the wind literally just howled straight down between the two houses here. And yeah, we were struggling to get stuff in the house really. But yeah, so, you know, it needs to be a fairly hardy climber, whatever she goes with, because obviously the wind can kill plants like that. I mean, she's already down there. She's put some smaller landi in, and a couple of them are already died off. And I said to her, it's quite possible the wind's done it. So we'll have to see how that goes anyway. But it's an absolute mess up here at the minute. Haven't been up really since we had the family last week? I think it was, wasn't it? So it's been quite yeah, there's quite a lot needs sorting out up here, to be honest, so that I can get back to it with me stuff. I mean, my green screen's just thrown in a heap on there, so that's all creased to hell now, which it's not a major problem. It's just that it never gets a chance to fully straighten out. the creases just make it harder to light it properly, you know. If you don't get them lit properly, you've got a bit more messing about in post trying to hide the creases, because the creases glow up and what have you, you know, because you get shadows on the crease. So yeah, it's a matter of getting it lit all properly and trying to hide the creases. But whoa, I feel rough, guys. So I'm going to call it off here. I'm going to call it a day. And you know what I always say, I hope things are better next week. So, but yeah, I mean, I've just got, my head's all cotton woolified and what have you, because I've been getting a bit of headache with it as well. So do take care of yourselves, guys, and I will see you next week. Cheers, guys. See you.